What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news coming from the Houston Texans.
Breaking news!
They have made a restructure, as we all saw earlier, a unexpected restructure according to Texans cap. Titus Howard was with a max restructure, and it opened up some cash for the Houston Texans, and they immediately have thrown that cash into a offensive lineman. It is left tackle Cam Robinson, formerly from the Minnesota Vikings, formerly from the Jacksonville Jaguars. If anybody remembers Cam Robinson, a decent offensive lineman, and it is a 1 year, $12 million up to $15 million kind of deal. That I give the sigh because it's not the biggest win for the Houston Texans. Cam Robinson is a solid offensive lineman. It ain't nothing to go crazy about. Cam Robinson, according to the Minnesota Vikings, some of their articles on there, played solid football for them and filled in well for Christian Darrisaw. Christian Darrisaw obviously is coming back from his season-ending knee injury, and Darrisaw is a bad dude, so he's going to be back at left tackle. They have a Pro Bowler at right tackle, so Cam Robinson was never going to be coming back to the Minnesota Vikings because of those two young guys. And now he makes his way to Houston, where we all know we traded away Laramie Tunsil. And the biggest rumor coming from Aaron Wilson was that Titus Howard was going to be the left tackle and Blake Fisher was going to be the right tackle. Now, I have said in multiple videos that the Houston Texans, they should somehow figure out to just get themselves offensive linemen in any position, because we know that Titus Howard can play the guard position. And now this is a whole new wrinkle that the Houston Texans have added into their offseason with the newest signing of Cam Robinson. Again, Cam Robinson, a decent offensive lineman, nothing to go crazy about, but that much money is eyebrow raising for sure. But it is a move the Houston Texans needed to do, and it's only a 1 year deal, so I can't get too mad at it. So the Houston Texans did themselves a favor in upgrading the offensive line by adding some sort of talent. Cam Robinson started all 17 games last year for both the Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. He filled in on the trade 5 days after and did a really good job for the Vikings. He had some struggles against the Detroit Lions in his last 2 games with the Minnesota Vikings there, but ultimately a decent offensive lineman. You overpaid a little bit, but this is what you're asking for when you're trying to find somebody who's left on the offensive line market. You overpay a little bit just so you can bring them in onto the team. Again, it's only a 1 year deal, so I'm not stressing too much about it. Cam Robinson, the newest Houston Texan. And again, now the biggest question is, what do the Houston Texans look at? Obviously now, with Cam Robinson there, they could still look at tackle, but I don't think that's going to be the move for 25. I think the move still is for an offensive lineman and or wide receiver. Those are the two positions that obviously we've been harping on as fans for numerous days. But the offensive line specifically has to be a guard. This Houston Texans team could now have a new formation where Cam Robinson is at left tackle. Titus Howard could be left guard. Your center is going to be a battle between Jarrett Patterson and or Juice Scruggs. And then whoever loses that battle is automatically going to be competing for the opposite guard position. Ed Ingram, the newest trade. Lincoln Tomlinson is somebody else in there. Now you've grabbed 2 former Vikings as well. The Houston Texans definitely are attacking some of the Kevin O'Connell guys that ultimately came from the LA Rams, Sean McVay tree. So obviously there's going to be a connection there. We all knew something like this could happen, but 2 Viking guys right away. The Houston Texans could be making their way. And then at right tackle, who knows? Does Titus Howard stay at right tackle? Does he get moved to left guard? How does this ultimately work? The Texans have a lot of chess pieces right now to play with, and they still have an NFL draft where they can improve the offensive line. I will say this, even though it's a little bit of an overpay for sure, the Houston Texans improved the O-line, and that is what we've been asking for as fans. Cam Robinson ain't the greatest offensive lineman, but he played well for the Minnesota Vikings in the last however many 8 games, I believe it was, or 7 games for the rest of their season. Played well for them. Hopefully that translates here to Houston. But the biggest operative right now is to keep CJ Stroud upright. Keep him standing in that pocket. Let him do his thing. Sam Darnold had himself a fantastic year that led him to his big-ass contract with the Seattle Seahawks. We're hoping that we can get some good offensive line play, and the Houston Texans did just that with the improvement and the signing of Cam Robinson. Y'all let me know down in the comment section, how are y'all feeling about the latest acquisition for the Houston Texans? Cam Robinson, breaking news, the new signing of the Houston Texans. Y'all let me know down. You know I'll reply. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.